I'm going to have an inbox preview look at this kit here, which is the Italeri Tornado GR.1 IDS. This is the Gulf War Special Edition, and we're going to have an inbox preview look at it. So here's our really nice box art here. It's actually really super nice, and it shows us here our kit number is going to be 2783. Really convenient. It's nice they put it on the front of the box like this. A lot of times the kits don't even put them on the front, and we see it's the Gulf War series, 148 scale. We've got a decal sheet here for 6 versions. So they show us, I guess we get our British, Saudi Arabian, I believe that's Italian, and German aircraft. I don't know if they're all from the Gulf, but we'll have a look and see here. On the side of the box, it's showing us, okay, so it's telling us what each one is. We got a few of the, I'm not sure if they referred to them as the Desert Rats or not, the British aircraft. But we can see a few different ones here. It's telling us to paint them in the Federal Standard color there, and it's recommending Italeri paints also, which I really like the Italeri paints. For hand brushing, they're really good. I have not tried to airbrush them. They're really quite water-based. They work really well with water. And then we can see here's so here's a sod aircraft here, and it says it's from an exercise in 2007. So it's not really from the 1991 Gulf War. This aircraft here, 2013. Again, it's not really from the war anyways. The Italian aircraft is, and the German aircraft, it looks like it's not. But it refers to it as an IDS. I don't know if we're going to have any, like the Italian and the German one, I don't know if we're going to have any difference. The side of the box. And it's showing us our decal sheet here, which looks quite extensive. We'll open it up and we'll have a look and see what we get inside. Okay, so you can tell this is one from my collection because I've got a decal sheet here. It's just a Desert Storm decal sheet. It doesn't actually come with the kit, but it's got a bunch of really nice tornadoes on there. But this is the actual sheet here. Yeah, so I've got other goodies in here. These Paragon designs, which were big probably close to 30 years ago now, which is the JP 233 dispensers. I wanted to put that on there, but I believe Edwards resin line, I can't remember the name of their line, but I believe Edwards, they do a set of these JP 233s now, so they kind of supersede these ones. And then when I was gonna make it, I was gonna do a seated cruise, so I just got a set there. So we'll just get those out of the way, and we will start with our instructions here. So the fold out, rather large fold out instructions. And I mean, they're perfectly adequate. Sort of the typical Italeri style of doing stuff. And it's showing us pieces to remove here. And then looks like we have posable wings. And then the nose section fits into the rear section there. More details. And then our weapons here. It's giving us some really good detail on the weapons, how to properly paint them up, like the sidewinders and the chaff pods and whatever else there. And showing us how to attach our weapons. Really nice. This is kind of different, having the kind of a half and half sheet here. It's got full color, which is really nice. I really like the way they've done this. They've set it up there. And the Italian one. I don't know why they would include the Italian one. It's such a basic aircraft. It is from the Gulf War, which is kind of cool, but I mean, it's such a basic looking thing. The British ones always look so neat because they were also like tattered and beat up looking. But that's our instruction sheet. We'll go on to our decal sheet, which is huge. Extensive sheet here. Really nice. These are high gloss, but they're really nice decal. They look really nice. Really clean, sharp decals. And it looks like a minimum of carrier film on here. And you've got the black here, so you don't have to paint it. Like, that's excellent. I'm really happy that they included those. We've got our Saab aircraft and the Italian one. Again, you've got the blackout panels here. Our German aircraft, and then yeah, all our little various bits and pieces, and our stencils for the weapons. Like that looks, I would say this is an A+ decal sheet. That it looks amazing, and the quality of it looks amazing too. If you don't mind like highly glossed decals. And we will get the kit out here. We'll start with this one, and I'll just open the bag. Alright, get our glasswork out there. And we'll start with the fuselage here. Looks really great describing in here. The panel lines, I would say they're heavy, like they're deep. I would say they're deep. They're not really heavy, but they're deep, which is all right. And the inside of our air brake area there. Our seats look super, super basic. Like they're just minimal amount of detail, which would be passable because, I mean, if you just painted up your seat belts and that, you're going to have the aircraft closed. The other piece of the seat looks alright. And here's the lower section. So it looks like you could have a completely clean aircraft from like an air show or something, because nothing is opened here. Here's our little engines. And there's a little bit of detail inside. I'm not really sure how complicated these engines actually look in real life. So we'll flip it around, and yeah, you can see all your various holes for different pylons for different variations. In our landing gear, it looks alright. Tornado has like kind of a weird landing gear. The way it is, it looks so fragile. And the inside of our wheelbase are detailed quite a bit, but you can see the ejector pin sort of marks there. They're prominent. Those would be very hard to get out, like these ones here. So there is that issue. Not sure how much you're going to see in there. Again, the doors, ejector pin markings, and inside of our intakes, lots of ejector pin markings. Those would have to probably go. And we'll look at our wings. So nothing really on the inside. And our nice tail here. And so this is open here. You can see it's kind of flashed over on this one. I'm not sure how many times this was released, like how far down the line this was re-released, but they look pretty good. You can see the tail there, and our wings. And I guess you can't have anything. This is a better aircraft to have the wings swept, because none of this will open in here. It'd be nice if these, in particular, these little like almost like dive brake things, if those could have been opened, but it's all kind of there. I can't say anything about the correctness of these panel lines or anything, or if there should be riveting or anything. I don't really know a whole lot about the Tornado. And then here's our Sidewinder, which it looks a little bit off, like these big huge rings in it. But they're not terrible. Like at least on the fins, it's got the tiny little pieces on the edge there. So it's okay if you had to use it, but I would probably replace that. And then here's our sticks here for the pilots. And we'll have a look at the glass work. get it out here. Well, this is kind of interesting how they did this. You can see where they put the seam right down the middle. I'm guessing that's an actual seam on there, but I believe that's how the tornadoes are, because this here is like det cord. And I'm guessing it goes right down the middle like that the whole way. Which is kind of an interesting way to hide the seam, if it is really a seam on there. But it looks fairly clear. Like, it's a little bit wobbly, but it's actually fairly clear. So I would say that it's alright. And the other various little pieces, the HUD and everything. But that would, I'm not sure. Like the front piece seems to be fine, but this piece here, I'm just worried about being a little bit thick. But you can see it is clear enough. So, and masking this off would be, I would probably, yeah, I don't think you would even need a mask for that, because how sharp the edges are. You could probably easily cut a mask out for this. Not a problem at all. And we'll move on to our last bag here. We'll just open it up. We'll just take a second here. Okay, so here's our last bag here, and we'll look at the tanks first, which, see, probably these lines are too deep is what I would say. Like they're just a little bit deep. Of course, when you add primer and paint and things, it might go away, but they look okay. I mean, they're just fuel tanks. There's not a whole lot you can do with them. We'll have a look at our other weapons. I'm not sure the name of these pods. I didn't really look at it in the instruction book there, but like there's the chaff launcher and that. So the bombs look really good. Like as far as like the British style of bomb, they look pretty excellent. And the other piece here, I think it is like an ECM pod or something like that, and it looks pretty good, the detail on it there. And our cockpit, so it's got raised pieces here. It isn't like the old Esky molds or anything with like a decal for this, and they look all right in the way that they're pronounced like that. I don't think the way the Tornado is, even though it has a big sort of canopy, I don't think you can see too much in a closed canopy. Here's our pylons. They look pretty good. And the instruments. And our nose cone. I guess the Tornado tapers like this to like a teardrop almost. I'm guessing that's correct. I hope that's correct, because it looks pretty nice. And our refueling probe there, and here's our front section where the cannons go here. Everything looks pretty good on this, all of our panels there. I would say my only complaint is that the width of them, it doesn't bother me, it's that they're a little bit deep is what I would be concerned about. And then here's our rear section for the engines. We'll flip it around. I guess this is our little pod there that goes under the chin. And you can have the closed refueling probe, which is pretty nice. I mean, it's alright. So this kit looks pretty good. For the price, you can pick it up. Like, I would say this is a great kit, and the highlights of it have to be that decal sheet. That decal sheet looks absolutely amazing. I mean, it's basically worth the price of this kit. Like it just is phenomenal. And I can't say much about the build. I built one of these years ago, and I don't think it's too much trouble. it's just sort of like this is just sort of a cheaper option, and I know that there's been trouble with the Revell kit, which kind of superseded this one, and it was just a better general kit like all around. But as far as I know, the later releases of that Revell kit, the molds in that are kind of like wonky, and I think they go for quite a bit more now than what they used to. So this kit is really still an option. It's the one I chose because it was cheaper, and it's got the markings and everything I want, like right out of the box. And there is aftermarket support for this one already. I'm sure there is for the Revell one too, but it looks like an excellent kit, you know, provided its price, if it's the right price or not. So yeah, other than that, this is the Italeri 148 scale Tornado GR.1/IDS Gulf War edition. Thank you for watching.